Hey Bombers, welcome to our Wednesday live stream. We got the exciting bitBomb swap migration starting right now. So I see actually some people have already started participating.
Oh yes. Welcome everybody to this amazing day. The swap is now live.
All right, so let's take a look at what's going on here. So this has just opened up like a minute ago. So looks like we still got 409,000 bit BTC left, 44,000 bit dot. And yeah, we're just getting started on these. And let's take a look at the shares too. Oh, it looks like no one's done any swaps on those yet.
I'm getting there.
Let's get that approval done. Let me grab all of them real quick. No, actually, I was just talking with Diamond here that, basically we have 42,000 B shares in circulation, and we have enough bit shares here to cover just about 40,000 of those. So it'll be interesting to see how many go immediately.
Yep.
Well, we're up to 19 bucks on the B share, and bit shares at 4K, so there's a little bit of a price discrepancy there. Although there's very little liquidity here, so anyone looking to swing trade is probably not going to. Exchange is not working for bit share.
That the exchange is not working for B share.
Oh, that could be why nobody swapped any. Okay, yeah. Let's take a look real quick. Let's troubleshoot this live.
Yeah.
Invalid number of parameters. Got two. Okay, so we'll have to fix that. I didn't actually test that. So the contract's actually working if anybody wants to do it manually. But yeah, we'll have to get I'll have to get Demos to fix that. It looks like he's doing it the same way that we're handling these, but it's a separate contract, and it looks like he's probably passing the token address of BitShare, but that's not needed. So hey guys, welcome to the stream, everyone. So yeah, so we'll take care of that. Or let me actually just shoot him a quick message right now.
Yep.
Sorry guys.
Well, we're doing it for everyone. It's a good use of the time. We are currently fixing the bit shares. Okay. Don't worry.
Message has been sent, so that I'll get taken care of shortly. Yeah, so update for everyone. So this, besides BitShare not working, this is all live now. We will have the farm starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, so that's in 25 hours. Site will be up shortly. I'm just triple and quadruple checking the 10,000 to 1 ratio on BitBTC, so making sure everything's good there. The other ones are pretty straightforward, so they're good to go. And yeah, I actually saw this website today. It's starting to look really nice. And yeah, everything's going to be operational very soon.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, like I mentioned in the bombshell, we do have an article that's being written. It'll kind of go into detail about everything, and documentation will have to be updated as well with, it'll be a combination of CZ pegs and the bomb money current documentation. We'll get that out there with all the necessary updates. And yeah, I think today we'll do mainly like an open AMA, and we'll take any community questions, take them live, or if there's anything you guys want me to address or talk about, happy to get into it. So
yeah,
let us know, and we will handle it. I've just been pretty busy deep in code, so didn't really have time to prepare anything for this. So.
All right, any questions, anybody? All right, so what's being sold? 185,000 bomb or bit BTC. Sorry, I'm gonna have to rewire my brain.
BitShare has. So I just got a response about the BitShare swap. So that's going to be the fix is being uploaded right now. So just give that a couple minutes to propagate out and rebuild, and that'll start working. You'll probably have to give it a nice refresh.
Yeah. Somebody was asking about the BitShare chart. Here it is. Liquidity is very low, but it's going up.
Yep. So, I mean, liquidity is going to pick up on all 5 pairs once the farms start tomorrow. So, I did put a bit of initial liquidity and everything. Just basically, I had to get the pair addresses and set up the price oracles and everything. So there is a little bit of liquidity, but not a whole bunch.
Yep.
So,
all right.
Not getting too many questions. All right, back to work for me.
Come on, guys. Is there anything anyone's wondering about this swap? About anyone has any predictions they want to share?
Yeah, let's make this interactive.
Yeah. Let's
go. All
right.
Will we see a bunch of volatility over the next 25 hours if farms aren't up yet? It's the volatility is kind of irrelevant if there's no liquidity. So, I mean, yeah, we'll probably see volatility, but there's no liquidity. So if the price is low, you can't really take advantage of it. If the price is high, you can't really take advantage of it. So with low liquidity, there's not really much point of swapping.
I know personally, I'm going to be waiting for those farms. First couple days are amazing.
Indeed. Well, we have every intention of keeping it amazing. But yeah, definitely out of the gate, they pay super high.
Too busy exchanging. I guess that's true. The AMA did start at the same time as the swap, so a lot of people are busy.
So we got a question: how much time we have to swap? So the 4 main tokens, the 4 peg tokens, you have 24 hours to do the swap. We are going to open up additional swaps afterwards, but that'll be through a separate contract. So that will be, this will officially stop after 24 hours on these 4. This BitShare will keep going. It'll use the exact same contract, and it will keep going until every single BitShare is gone. So this is not going away. And so in terms of like opening up these swaps in the future, that's, it's mainly for, people that have nodes and they're getting their bomb slowly, or just anybody else that maybe isn't around today, or, maybe we sell out of the BTC or, any of them and people want to get into them at a later date. We will open them back up. So the boardroom, when the protocol receives those peg tokens from all the expansions, we will use those to fuel these swaps in the future. So you will have that opportunity.
Fantastic. Will there be a single stake vault for BTC?
So yeah, we will. Like, we have big plans for our Taro fork, which will definitely have single staking of all of our peg assets and all of their pair assets. In terms of additional options on top of that, not 100% sure right now, but we will do whatever we need to do.
Yeah.
Is there a tax to sell BitShare now? Nope, there never was, and there never will be a tax on shares. So, well, actually, I guess that's a bit misleading. So the boardrooms, it's not really a token tax, but there is a fee to enter the boardroom and to leave the boardrooms. So you can buy, sell BitShares, you can farm them, you can do all of that without any kind of fees or taxes. But yeah, to get in the boardroom and get out costs you 2%.
All of my migrations are done. Let's go. Yeah, nice. Mine too.
Maybe I'll do one live just for everybody.
Let's see.
What has not been taken that much. So we've only had 2,000 bit Atom taken. Let's get some of those. So let's do, so as you guys can see, for anyone that hasn't done this yet, you enter your amount of bomb, or if you have bitBomb, you would enter those. Well, I got a lot of those. So you would just enter the amount that you want to swap, and this will live update and tell you exactly how much you're going to get. So the exchange is hard coded, so it's not worth waiting for a better rate. It's going to stay the same. Yeah, let's go ahead and approve this and put that through. And because we're using one contract for all 4 of these swaps, you should only have to approve once. We could go on to the next question while we're waiting for this.
Yeah, perfect. What times are the farms up? We have answered this previously. They're going to be up in about 25 hours tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, and the reason for that is that we wanted to stagger the boardrooms with CZ pegs. So basically, we're going to have prints every single hour, or at least boardroom epoch rollovers every hour. So we're basically delaying. We're delaying the launch by 1 hour, I guess you could say, so that it's just so it fits in line with when CZ boardrooms.
It's going to be beautiful. All right. What will happen to our CZ pegs? CZ share is currently at $12. If bitBomb will sustain itself now as per new protocol, what happens to CZ pegs?
I mean, CZ pegs is one of our flagship protocols, right? So we definitely have full intention of having all protocols very healthy. So that's something where it's I've obviously been deep involved with bitBomb and the development of the contracts and everything. So I've been a little bit removed from that, but we're basically doing, I've mentioned this numerous times, we're doing a bit of we're doing a major restructuring to our the organization here and how it's structured and everything. And we have I have Master Peg, he's the project lead of CZ Pegs, and we have a whole marketing team that's working with him, and we're going to get that turned around. And we're already reflecting on what potentially we could have done differently. I mean, obviously it's hard to say these things because obviously market conditions are extremely rough, and when people are not even feeling good about being in something as relatively safe as even in Bitcoin itself, and just having that in like a cold storage, people are mass exiting Bitcoin. It's hard to draw money into a DeFi project. So it's we're facing some challenges there, but not going to get put off, and I'm sure it'll be good to go. Oh, okay, the share exchange is now working. Awesome.
Yes, we have confirmation.
Oh yeah, they're flying out now.
Oh, wait, give me a second. What will be the tax for the new bit tokens under Peg? As you said, we may see higher tax at start.
Let's leave the particulars like that for the article. I'm gonna do everything in my power to have that ready today, and hopefully not too late. But that's gonna have all the details pertaining to that. Right now, everything is at default, which is 15%. It's not necessarily going to start at that tomorrow. I have to kind of discuss that with the team, and we'll get that all set in the article.
Sounds good. Is BitShared paired with BTCB? I thought I saw Discord that it was BitShare BNB.
Yeah, so I think I had mentioned in the past that I'd like to, or I think actually it might have been mentioned from the community, about pairing with BTC, and that is
Sean, I believe, brought it up.
Yeah, and you know what? It's funny that it was brought up in the community because just playing around with different things. Like I'd actually started to pair the share token with BTC and some of the testing I was doing. But yeah, we are actually pairing BitShare with BTCB. It's in the blood of bombers. We love Bitcoin, so figured we'll get that extra exposure to BTC through BitShares.
Personally, I really like it. Might I might put a bigger portion into the BShare farm, the BitShare farm, just because of that.
Yeah, and plus it's probably gonna be paying like 100% a day at first.
Yeah.
I can throw the bit contract address in.
If anyone is on Discord, I did add them to the contact addresses channel.
So let me send that out. I probably should have labeled what that was, but so that was the bit dot that I just sent out to all the chat.
I'll go copy the one from that I put this morning in the contracts.
I already sent it there. I just didn't know how to label it. But.
All right, where were we? What's the recommended strategy if we only have BitBTC? Should I just sell for BTCB and add liquidity?
I mean, if you only have bitBTC, then you basically need to pair it with Bitcoin. So yeah, that's pretty much your only option. Although, I mean, right now there's no liquidity to be able to sell it. So you'd have to wait till the farm starts. So those who have the ability to farm it without having to sell it are the ones that are going to get those farm rewards right on the first second.
Yep. All right. You got this. Got my BitShare. Let's go.
Nice. Yes, we've already taken 12,600 B shares out of circulation so far. So that's pretty crazy. This just got fixed. So, actually, I guess I'll demo one of these. So
yeah, let's do it.
There we go. 960 B share. Let's get rid of those decimals. It's to keep the token count up, the token holders like holding on to some decimals. Every holder counts.
There we go. The questions are coming in.
All right, so I did my swap.
Yeah.
Look at that on the chain. Works just as intended. 960 B share.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
All right. What will the BitShare max supply be?
Great question. So we are doing a smaller amount of tokens than we've done in the past. That was partly, for the current B shareholders to, do everything in our power to keep the bit shares that they're swapping at 100-to-1 ratio to keep those bit shares as valuable as possible. Because, as we've said many times in the past, our long-term investors and our, the people that are sticking by us and supporting us are our number one priority. So we do have a smaller circulation. Actually, I have the code open right here. I'll just dig right in, take a look. I forget exactly what the numbers were. So we have 43,800 bit shares that are going to be coming out over the course of 2 years. And there's, in addition to that, so that's actually works out to exactly 60 a day for 2 years. There's 400 that were pre-minted, and that was what fueled the swap. All those bit shares in the swap. And then, so the dev allocation is going to go towards P-Hub, and then the community fund is like the protocol wallet. So there's 4,800 that are going to go towards P-Hub, and there's 5,000 that are going to be, for the protocol to use however it sees fit and to, fuel growth and things like that.
Nice.
Let's add that up just to give you a total. 43,800 plus 5,000 plus 4,800 and 400. 54,000. So that's quite a bit less. So that's way less than B share, and this is over a 2-year farm emissions. So quite limited supply.
Yeah.
What farms will be available tomorrow? So the 5 typical farms that you'd expect, basically your BitShare farm and plus all 4 peg tokens. Same as like when CZ pegs launched.
Yep. Well, CZ-Bomb changed to CZ bitBomb, or actually he corrected CZ bitBTC.
Okay, so the name of the CZ token is not going to change because it can't. But we can change what it's paired to. So basically for that we will do that. We'll peg CZ-Bomb will be pegged to bitBTC. We won't do that immediately. We're going to wait, a little while for things to kind of settle, and then we'll make that switch over. So anyone that's in CZ-Bomb farming right now, if you want to keep farming your rewards there, you probably want to hold off on swapping your assets.
There you go. Thank you very much.
But yeah, the name's not going to change though. It's going to stay as, CZ-Bomb. Okay.
Will the boardrooms be released alongside with the farm tomorrow? Yes, they will.
The first boardroom will start at, 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So that is 25 hours after the swap site opened up. So the exact same time that the farm start is when bitBTC will have its first epoch rollover.
Nice.
And again, the article that I'm going to put out today is going to go over all this stuff, but there's also going to be the bootstrap phase for bitBomb. So the boardrooms are going to print regardless of peg for the first week.
Okay. So. Fantastic. Another great question. Any info on the reward allocations of each pool?
Good question. I actually didn't set that yet. It's likely going to be what CZ started with. Trying to remember exactly what that was. It's definitely going to be heavy on the BitShare compared to any individual peg token. I'll have all that information in the article today, but it's going to be like, if you're familiar with like how CZ started, it's going to be exactly like that.
There you go.
Actually, I'm just trying to think. I think it was
can't remember. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll have to go double check.
Yeah.
So I know that the BitShare was getting like 2 to 2.5 times what any individual peg token was getting, but obviously like the peg tokens combined was a lot higher than the share token.
It'll be all answered in the article this afternoon.
Yep. But don't be afraid to ask questions. Keep them
coming.
But any specifics I might defer till the article's out.
Can people buy a bag on Bog if they want more?
Yeah, I mean, you can buy. There's not much liquidity right now, so I wouldn't really suggest it. Like the best option right now is to buy a bomb and to swap until everything's been swapped.
Yep.
So that's the best way to get in right now. Let's
Yep.
actually take a
Cool.
look
I'm
at this
happy
and
to
see
see
what's
the
going on.
share paired to BTCB. Thanks, Aaron. I
You bet, man.
definitely agree.
I'm here to please.
I will change it. Thank you. Not sure what happened. Thank you. One of the addresses isn't correct. That jumped. Okay, we got all your answers. Is there a vote on DBank to add all the bitBomb pegs? Well, we just released, but that will come soon, and I'll make sure to post it so everyone can upvote.
Yep. Yeah. So like in regards to stuff like that, and like, I'll just say it like the CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, like we need a certain amount of liquidity before places like that will list us. The bank probably has their own criteria. So like applying prior to us having liquidity in the pairs, it's probably not worthwhile. So we'll do all that, but we just need, a couple things to be in place first.
Yep. Where can we find the token addresses? They're in the chat right here. They're also in Discord. Apparently there's an error in the BitDot, which will be corrected shortly. The doc's going to be updated to bitBomb, right? Absolutely.
They're not going to be updated. We're going to make a copy of it. But yeah.
Be similar. Similar to CZ Pegs. Cool.
Just keep in mind, like we are still going to be having the original bomb still operational and still running. So because of that, we will make everything separate.
Two different protocols. Okay, more contract addresses. What will happen to everyone in the bomb nodes?
I mean, they can keep collecting their rewards, and in the future they'll be able to swap it over, or they can stick with OG bomb if they want.
Yeah, I'll be collecting them weekly and swapping over. I feel the energy flowing through my veins. Providence of BitBTC.
Let's go.
What happens when BitBTC is sold out?
Pretty straightforward. Either you can pick something else to swap to, or you can wait until we reopen future swaps.
There you go. Is there a real advantage in swapping now versus swapping when the farms go live?
I mean, if you want to swap, you want to do it now because for one, they're going to stop. Like you're not going to be able to swap after 24 hours for the peg tokens. Like it's actually, this contract is hard coded to stop allowing swaps after 24 hours. But also, also like if you want these assets, like this is when you should do the swap. Like there's no real advantage to waiting if you're ready to go.
60% of the BitBTC has already been swapped over. Yeah.
Let's see how the other ones are doing. So out of 45,000, we got 34,000 remaining. 650,000, we got 400,000 remaining. 35,000, we got 24,000 remaining. So
not bad.
Cool.
Yeah. Is the BUSM, BUSD LP moving over to bitBomb farm allocations? Not
immediately, but it likely will. I think anything to do with farm allocations will put up to votes. So, so that'll be up to the holders.
Yeah. Hi, will bitBomb have Genesis pools?
So the original plan was that if there was going to be tokens remaining, we would run Genesis pools. But because that it's kind of difficult to coordinate a launch around that, we're basically not going to have Genesis farms. We're just going to allow the swaps for 24 hours, and then we'll have go right into our boardroom bootstrap phase. So there's going to be no Genesis farms this time around.
Max 60 bit share a day.
It's not really a max. It's a very consistent 60 a day.
No.
Like it's 60 on the dot.
But OG bomb will be deprecated and bomb to bitBomb is only 24 hours. Also, LP and bomb will slowly decrease and go to 0 at some point. Should we just accept we lost in there?
I mean, I don't even know where to start with that one. There's just assumption after assumption that are incorrect. So for one, what do you mean you accept that you lost? Like you can do a swap right now from BOM to BitBTC, for one. Secondly, we're not discontinuing OG BOM. So B shares are going to continue to be emitted for the next, until November 23rd, I think, of this year. So, you can keep your LP there. And, already the bitBomb launch has, rocketed peg up quite a bit. So, that's in better shape already.
Yep.
There was an update to the question.
Okay.
I meant all that about nodes.
Okay.
So, I mean, the same thing still applies, right? So it's, if you have nodes that are the LP, you can just claim them as, as you get the, as they're available, and you can, swap it to BitBTC and getting some funny comments.
Would it be safe to add liquidity right now?
Yeah, there's no reason not to. I mean, well, actually, I should give all the the ups and downs of doing it now. So if you add liquidity now, obviously, like people will be able to trade on that. So, you could potentially be in like an impermanent loss situation, or even, it's up to you. You could add liquidity whenever you want, basically.
Same question. I guess that's the question you were laughing about. Are bitBomb going to feed P-Hub right when the farms start tomorrow? Oh, nice question.
Yeah, they will. So because of, share tokens being pretty high when, when the protocol launches, I'm probably going to set a pretty conservative like cap on how many it can, sell in one at a time. But yeah, it will be feeding into P-Hub right away.
Nice. I can't wait to see P-Hub price tomorrow. And BitShare and BitBTC and all of them, actually. Okay, another great question. Suggestions for someone who's just now finding this protocol?
I'd say, probably a great place to start would just be, for one, getting some P-Hub, so peghub.com. Pretty much, if you're not familiar with this, all of our protocols feed revenue into this and do automatic buybacks numerous times throughout the day. So this is probably like the least risky and has some really good upside on it. That's what the previous question was just about.
Yep.
But on top of that, so if anyone new to the protocol, I can't really show you right now because I don't have a copy of the website that has all the right stuff on it. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of ways to get involved. I don't know. Do you want to? What's your opinion there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, one easy way would be to go buy some BOM right now. You can go to the swap site that we've been showing. There's a good potential of good up potential there, because you're getting your new assets, your bitBomb assets, as if BOM was at a 1.0 peg. So right there, you're getting, I think that's close to 60% up, which is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, actually, I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah, that's a great suggestion.
And if you can keep a bit on the side to pair with, like say you want to go into the BitBTC farm, keep about half on the side to pair it with BTC tomorrow. Sorry, that came out really complicated. Keep some fresh money for BTC to pair and create an LP. And tomorrow you can join the farms at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they should be doing great.
Yep. And as well, actually, something separate to that. So we're going to be launching the auto vaults a lot earlier than we did on CZ. We don't want people to be using some, third-party vaults that aren't checked by the team. So we'll have those up almost right away this time.
Nice.
And as well, we're going to need that in place for BTC mainnet staking and a couple other things. So we'll have those up nice and early.
Excellent. Let's go.
Let's go, buddy.
Explain it like I'm 5. Yep.
I'm working on my explainers.
I'll try to do a better job next time. Sorry, guys. sorry if it's already been asked. So because CZ bomb is pegged to bomb and not bitBomb, is bomb obsolete? Do I need to break my CZ bomb LP?
Yeah, so you don't need to do anything. In fact, if you want to continue to farm the CZ bomb LP, you actually need to keep it intact for now. We'll make an announcement way ahead of time when we're going to be switching that LP or switching that pair from pairing to bomb to pairing with bitBTC instead. So you have a lot of notice on that. We could probably give even like a week's notice just to make sure that everyone is aware of it well ahead of time. Bomb is not obsolete. I've said many times in the past that B-share, as long as bomb is overpegged, B-share will print new bomb, and that will continue to be true. So, even after emissions end on B-share in November, the boardroom will keep printing bomb as long as it's overpegged. So bomb is far from obsolete. We're just not going to be focusing on it in terms of driving new business here and driving new users, or, we're going to focus everything on, bitBomb, but yeah, for anyone that doesn't want to switch over, you can definitely stick with OG bomb.
Yeah. Do we have any other questions? Let me check in the chats. No, I can't see much in the chats either. How many bitBTCs left?
I think we're showing too many decimals here. I don't think people care that much. Remaining 190,000. I actually thought that there'd be more gone already. But we're seeing a pretty good distribution though between all four of the peg tokens. So that's great to see. Although keep in mind, guys, that like we did start with a lot more bitBTC than the other ones. So like in terms of dollar value wise.
Yep.
Just because we knew that bitBTC would be the popular choice. A lot of people, invest with bomb due to BTC exposure. So very understandable.
Yep. What
All
about
right.
BitShare?
If you guys got questions, now's the time.
We are here to answer. $250 BitShares left.
Yep, quite a few have been swapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's basically this whole process of migrating to bitBomb is going to make the bomb assets a lot more scarce, and it's going to have the side effect of making bomb a lot healthier.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what we're going to be focusing on, and but it's just anyone that does, maybe they're on vacation or they're not paying attention to what's going on in bomb day to day. It's good to know that their investment in OG bomb is still going to be working for them and doing something for them, even if they're not doing their swap right now.
Farm should be paying a bit better because there's going to be a lot less people.
Yeah.
Again, not what we're going to be focusing on, but it is a happy little side effect.
Yeah, already up a little bit, it seems like.
Yep.
With the B share price moving up and with probably some people breaking their LPs.
Nice. Okay. So I'm not in bomb and wanted in, so I go buy bomb and get bitBomb. Yeah, pretty much.
Yep. So if you go to our our regular website, the OG bomb site, you can just use these links up here to buy bomb or buy B share, and that's how you'd get involved with the new protocol.
Apologies if it was previously asked, but what happens with the nodes?
First time we've been asked, man. It's all good. No, I'm just kidding. So nodes, we will be continuing to support swaps in the future for all the node holders. So we know that the nodes do pay you out slowly over time. So you'll be able to claim your bomb and send it over to bitBTC in the future. And same with the LPs, like you'll be able to break those LPs and swap the assets if you choose to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna compound mine just to make sure that there's rewards here for everybody else, but I'd recommend most other people would probably should claim.
There you go. Very nice. Which token will pump the hardest tomorrow, in your honest opinion?
It's a lot of things I do, but I can't really give an opinion on that. I
Very
mean,
curious.
from history, it says shares, right? Like shares are meant to be the volatile one.
Yep.
It's the other tokens aren't really intended to pump too hard.
Another similar question, but more direct. What farms are you getting into? I will jump into them.
I'm going to be farming everything.
Yeah.
Like
Same here.
I really like exposure to pretty much all these. I mean, I'm not too familiar with Cardano, but the other three, I really like the exposure and I'm familiar with them. I have no problem with Cardano. I just haven't really looked into it in the past, but I'll be in all of them, I'm sure.
Yeah. Will there be a new bitBTC mainnet staking site?
No, that wouldn't really make sense.
No, it'll be the same site, but the underlying assets, they will be using the new protocol.
Not immediately, but we will switch
Okay.
it over in the near future. There's some things that have to happen in the back end first. And also as well, we need to make sure that the investors aren't exposed to any unnecessary risk. And, right at launch before liquidity builds up, the tokens can be pretty volatile. So I'd hate to put the mainnet stakers into the pair when, potentially BTC is up higher and then, it starts moving around a lot and that's just a bad situation. So better to wait till it cools down.
Will there be a bitBTC bomb pool?
Negative. bitBTC will just be paired to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say no for sure because anybody could make it, but we're not going to be using it or incentivizing it in any way.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks. bitBomb.
bitBomb is here.
Yeah.
Very welcome.
Yes.
Very welcome.
Anybody else have any questions? Sorry.
I'm ready for one more tough question.
Yeah. Bring it.
Or an easy one. We can go with that.
Let's go. Yeah. Will new nodes be available on the new site?
Yep, we're gonna do nodes for CZ and also for bitBTC. Just need to figure out exactly how best to do that. Got a couple different options, so yeah, we'll probably do some discussing internally and then maybe do a vote or talk to the community about what the most desirable way to do that is. Because ideally we want to involve all the peg tokens, but it gets a little bit complicated to do that, and especially when you have taxes and we can't use pancake swap if we're doing an LP with all the tokens. So we got a couple different options there. We want to keep it simple for everyone, but we also want to make it so that it's actually going to be beneficial to participants and also to the protocol. So
yeah. All right, we have a nice little variation here of when Lambo. Oh, sorry, it changed. Where'd you go? Oh, there we go. When Lambo, well, when Lada.
Soon.
Yes. BitToken logos are awesome. Awesome. Okay, he corrected down. Are the contracts audited? You got this.
So the contracts right now, they are not audited. They're basically using the same code as CZ with a couple minor improvements. And CZ Pegs has a full audit. So yeah, sorry, I was just reading a message. We will get these audited just because I know people really like to see that. But if you're worried like for your own self, like it's all very battle tested code. Nothing crazy has been added or anything like that. So I'd say they're very safe to use.
There you go. Heard it right from the dev. ROI contract launch date with site later down the road.
So this is something where it's, we got a bit of the same question in mind as with the nodes, right? It's like, how do we, it's not so much the contract, but it's like, what token do we use to feed into the contract? It's, I guess, like, Probably the best option right now is likely, using something like an Axie Finance 4 or 5 token LP that has, all the peg tokens and, maybe BitShares or, yeah, I still got to figure that out.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
But I think that if we do something like that, like we have to build the ability to enter and exit the LP right into our site so that it's not, because we're using PancakeSwap for everything and we have our own swap site that's a fork of PancakeSwap's front end. We'd really prefer not to add the complexity of having people, have to get used to Axie Finance in order to be able to participate. So I think if we go that route, we'll build all the functionality into our own site, just to enter, exit, see your LP, all that stuff.
That's a good idea. We had a great AMA yesterday, and some of the people were thinking some certain parts of it were a little complicated. So I think making these new complex things like the ROI contract even simpler is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, I mean, we really want to make everything as easy as possible. So we've got lots of work to do in that department.
Yep. I love CZ Pegs LPs. When Lambo?
Tomorrow.
Get your order in. Will the CZ bomb be automatically changed to CZ bitBomb?
No, we can't change the name of tokens. We will pair it to bitBTC in the future, but we'll put out more information about that way before it happens.
Just want to clarify that.
Yeah, so CZPeg is going to stay as it is, but we will switch the pairing up to bitBTC in the future. That's a pretty easy change to make. It just basically got to deploy a new price oracle on CZBomb that will look for a different pair. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome. As the new tokens are currently at peg, isn't it better to make LPs now?
I mean, if it's anything like CZ pegs, and it probably will be, I mean, pegs probably will jump up tomorrow. Not financial advice. I don't know for sure what's going to happen, but if we want to look at past history, pegs probably will jump. So it probably would be cheaper to make an LP now, but that's, just so that people can make their own decision. Essentially, if you make your pair now, while it's pretty much at exactly 1.0 peg, if the pegs do skyrocket tomorrow, then, at least you were able to make your pair before, before the peg got up too high, because the only way people are going to be able to farm those pairs is either putting BitShares in the boardroom and waiting for the boardroom to print, or buying them on the open market. I mean, obviously you could swap for it right now. But once the swap closes tomorrow, 1 hour before the farm starts, so tomorrow at noon Eastern time or 4 p.m. UTC, so I'd suggest, doing your swaps now. And yeah, it's probably not a bad idea to make the pairs now, but definitely everyone's got to make their own decision there for when the best time to pair it up.
Nice to know CZ pegs will be still be intact to new protocol. I'm not selling. Neither am I.
Smart.
How do you make peg now, as we don't know pairs, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, it will be a lot easier once the site's up, because then we'll have all the direct links for, like, if I just go to CZ pegs here real quick, I'll show you. So for example, in the farms, right? So like we'll have the links here to make your pair, which will, it goes right to the CZ peg swap site. So that's going to be the easiest way to do it. But yeah, I mean, you can do it now because everything is just paired with its peg choice, right? So I got all the pairs here. So for example, bitBTC, this is just paired with BTC, right? So all you really need to do is just, add liquidity with bitBTC and Bitcoin, you're good to go. Dot is just bit dot and dot. Atom is just bit atom and atom, and ADA is just bit ADA and ADA. So
it works. What will happen to people who missed today's migration? Will there be options to swap Bshare and Bomb to BitShare and bitBomb down the road?
Yeah, so this swap is staying open. The BitShare swap, it's going to stay open until all 400 BitShares are gone. So if basically there's no end date to this, so they will be okay. And then in terms of the 4 peg tokens, We're going to have additional swap periods open in the future once the boardroom is printed a few times. So we're going to use those protocol peg tokens and to let people swap in the future.
Perfect.
So it'll look just like this. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with the exchange rate, but it will be very obvious, just like this is, in terms of like what you'll get for your bomb in the future.
Sounds good. Do we have any more questions? These have been great questions. Thank you, everyone. Concerns, compliments, insults, whatever. We're here.
All right. Well, if there's no more questions, let's maybe call it. I got a lot to do and a lot of writing to do as well.
Great work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Team's working very hard.
Oh, yeah.
Things are starting to really come together too with the restructuring. So
Yep.
a lot of great things in the very near future.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining this AMA. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you on launch tomorrow.
Yep. And look out for an article. Got an article coming out later today. So that'll have all the details, and we'll keep updating that article if anything, if we miss any information or anything along those lines. So everyone enjoy your swaps today, and big day tomorrow with the launch. Take care, guys.
Cheers.